Previously from Wheaton.
Wheaton is not what it seems.
Do you think your current lazy children admire their former great father? They don't. You know that. Do they even recognize you as their mother?
Those who appear to be in power are not.
Don't fall into his arguments.
This ain't an infomercial.
Be calm. Be gracious. Be your best.
No one is truly who they are.
Some of us pretend to be something more than what they are. Use unique accents, fancy suits to cover up.
Perception trumps reality.
I'm Charlie fucking Oferman, and they don't want to have anything to do with me.
Welcome to Wheaton. Chapter 4. Oh, Lulu. During Oferman's and Liberius's conversation, Lulu was attending her last doctor's appointment. Her doctor, who Ruth called the Afro-Jew, was dressed in a short, buttoned-up white lab coat, without an undershirt, which accentuated her black Tukuret tattoos around her slender neck and protruding clavicles. In the lab, which had multiple hanging green and blue hydroponics plants, Lulu laid naked on her stomach on a teal-colored glass table. Her penis and testicles were gone, but she had working breasts and ovaries.
Roll over, my madam,
the doctor said. Then she added,
"This will hurt now,"
in a sweet, calming voice. Then the sound of what sounded like fingernails, clicking glass, became more pronounced, then multiplied. The doctor talked to a short, round nurse with a high forehead and black dreads. Both seemed nonchalant about the procedure happening nearby. The lights over Lulu changed. The doctor injected something into Lulu's abdomen. Lulu's once still face let out a soundless scream as her naked body remained motionless. The area around Lulu's stomach became indented with dozens of pinpoints. You could see there was something walking on her, in her, through her. After the procedure, Lulu laid asleep, covered in a white linen sheet. She was wheeled to an open metal tank connected by dozens of wires and surrounded by several nurses. Her ever-calm doctor told Lulu's watery-eyed, blonde-bearded husband that they will be able to have children now. The doctor was happy as she spoke.
Mr. Kleinert, there's a 79.9% chance now. She will be producing as much estrogen as a 20-year-old. Her uterus will be fully affixed in 6 to 9 months. Then, after that time, you'll be able to try, okay? In 1 year or so, you two will have a baby.
Lulu's husband muttered the word, "Babies?"
Your wife will need to start walking as soon as possible. We will assign her a PMD, personal medical drone, immediately. She can stop her HRT now. You should think about replacing your heart so you can keep up. Or at least start a cardio regimen. You'll need it.
The doctor poked at the man's belly.
You'll need it.
The doctor looked at Lulu. Lulu's husband looked at the doctor and asked, "That's my wife?" Back at the studio, Charlie coughed, and the tears were pouring out of his bloodshot eyes.
I've sponsored Banks/Enoch anti-immigration laws.
Charlie wiped his nose with his shirt's stiff cuff.
We destroyed our farmers' source of labor.
Charlie stared off into space.
My mother had to get dinner from the soup kitchen. We are killing ourselves in order to kill people like you. I'll be damned if I have to live like you smug-faced bastards. I'd rather be dead than a part of your little town, eating mushrooms and drinking your own piss. Fucking disgusting. You're not human.
Charlie swallowed and took a deep breath before he continued.
That goddamn nigger-loving Franks killed Carl Royal Weathers, a man who rid the world of uppity-coloured diseased prostitutes and maybe a couple of good and normal women. But so what?
Roosevelt looked at his wrist display and let out a long breath.
We're under siege,
Charlie lamented.
This country was originally built for people like me, not you. We, this government, latch onto you because other countries fear you. And we resent you for that. What the fuck happened to this country? Banks is 100% right about you monsters.
Roosevelt looked at his wrist display, which read the area code, 202. His eyes rolled as he sighed. Roosevelt spoke into his telephone headset as he walked away from the stage and from a line of sight from Liberius.
Yeah, connect me to him now, right?
Roosevelt yelled out without yelling.
Good morning, Bobby. How's Nancy and the kids? Yeah. That's great.
Roosevelt said with a plastic smile.
Yes, we all miss him greatly.
There was a long pause. Roosevelt shook his head as he listened to two voices speaking over one another on the other end.
I'll talk to your boss, Mr. Kissinger, but you may listen in. Bobby.
Roosevelt said curtly, and then paused again this time as he listened. Roosevelt's face soured. Roosevelt turned. He muted his call. 3 men entered the hallway. 2 of the men held relics with outstretched arms, chanting. The third man with a large cross around his neck screamed, "Beast! Liar! Father of lies! I see you, demon!" Roosevelt's response was,
What?
the 2 other men were gone. Then everything was silent until Roosevelt spoke again.
Bobby, you used to be a low income, a poor Midwestern boy. Bobby,
Roosevelt said slowly and deliberately.
you rose to prominence because you have an inherent guttural instinct to recognize what should happen next and on who should do what. I believe in you, Bobby.
The man with a large cross around his neck was on his knees staring into Roosevelt's eyes.
The sheep of the world will always tell you to slow down,
Roosevelt said.
They baw out these slogans until their necks are slit. I believe in you.
Bobby, Robert, this Cold War is heating up. The Sino Empire has moved 4 of their Type 5 carriers to block off Middle Eastern and European shipping ports. We're being starved of energy, of fuel. The Russians are hoarding gas supplies. The Saudis are hedging their bets. The Russians and the Chinese will come to blows soon or will join together against us. We'll be surpassed if we don't act, and act properly.
I have produced things, wonders, piercing the so-called Van Allen radiation belt, and reintroducing logic, my logic, back into your world. Or keep your fools working on things they don't understand. We've kept this country relevant and tied together. I can continue to do the same, or not.
The man with a large cross around his neck was still staring at Roosevelt as he lay curled up, whimpering. Roosevelt continued.
The BRICS, along with the peripheral Sino countries and Russo-led countries, are building these now. They aren't anything like traditional thermal power stations. These are smaller modular reactors, a smaller footprint, a smaller risk, still a great return. We need fuel, power. You need to retain and project power. Without these SMRs, we will be behind.
And we will leave. We will have to. The East Coast is rotting. The West Coast is lost in its own self-destruction of socialism. The South is stagnant. We will leave. We will leave this place entirely, Bobby. Get the International Atomic Energy Agency out of my business now, Mr. President. Yes, I will knock the rust off this belt of land and make it great again.
The man with a large cross around his neck attempted to touch Roosevelt, but he drew back his hand as if he were about to touch a flame.
Of course, we will protect you as we always have. This country will not fall as long as we stand together. This isn't a test. I'm a humble man like you. We need to leap ahead with new technology now. I can do this for you, for the country, for our legacy. Yes. Send her my love. Thank you for trusting me, Mr. President. Ha. Yes, did you get it just now? Yeah. They're light. Out of graphene, at least the shaft is. The heads are made out of an alloy of tungsten. Yeah, they'll improve your golf game. You're welcome, my friend.
Roosevelt stared down at the barely conscious man kneeling at his feet and smiled. Roosevelt asked,
Could you get me some coffee?
It's time for a station break.
The stage director said. Liberius slid to the edge of his chair and leaned towards Charlie and spoke plainly.
Listen well, Siravan. If you're gonna call me township a slum, huh? Then I'll blow your lungs out. Stop your heart.
Liberius's stitching in his jacket's shoulder split just a little. Liberius's eyes were on fire. From across the stage, Roosevelt looked at Liberius and whispered,
Calm yourself, boy. Easy, easy now.
A tall, lanky woman from Caucasia, she must have been an intern or a low-paid stagehand, offered Roosevelt a cup of instant coffee. Everyone knew Roosevelt was a coffee snob. Everyone except for this eager-to-please gal. Roosevelt smiled and said,
Thank you. It's hot.
Then he nodded and raised the styrofoam cup and said,
Yeah, I needed a wake-up, my dear. You're very respectful and, promising.
The intern was wearing the large, now bloody ancient cross around her neck. Roosevelt touched it.
Very promising, young woman. Yeah.
She made a deep curtsy, holding out her dress. Roosevelt stared at her legs. The stagehand tried to contain a smile. The stage manager counted Charlie back onto the air, and Liberius's second part of the conversation was captured on live television. The red light on the large studio set camera blinked, then turned a steady green. Liberius changed. Liberius began to talk again with a steady, measured gait in a Wheaton accent.
Ha ha. Thank you, Charles.
Charlie Offerman looked at Liberius with a question on his face. Liberius continued.
There were fault lines created by elites versus plebs, Republican versus Democrats, conservatives versus liberals, which created a divided, unequal nation. The city which people like me, mud people, belong to is inclusive. We are prosperous. We did this not because we are better or because we were enlightened, but out of necessity. We were forced to turn the stranger into a brother. Our strength relies on the people, not on the land.
Liberius turned his body and his smiling face towards the camera, and with arms outspread said,
The benefits of my town can become yours, if you want it.
Next from Wheaton.
We will right this city.
Get the fuck away from me.
We can be great. We will be great.
You gotta protect yourself, especially working with those third world refugees.
She took the nickel-plated snub-nosed .38 caliber revolver out of her brown canvas handbag.
These battle lines you have defined are unproductive. Charles, no matter how you rail against us on your show, I am sure you'll be voting for inclusion as well. We live in historical times. We will not force ourselves upon you or to be accepted begrudgingly.